for y'all to get your heads right. I'll find some rope.
Here in the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Will Reichert has it all teed up. And off we go from Minneapolis. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Opening play, and Bo will throw. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's why you often see some mix, some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep the defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation, a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Second and 15. He lost it deep left. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Oh, what a stiff arm. And the Vikings take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
McCarthy starting off with a throw. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom, connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal. Chandler gets in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Nicks off the play action. Cut out left. It's a 31-yard play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Nicks. Chased out to his right. And no look there, that throw falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. First carry of the game for the rookie out of Alabama. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing on first down, Nicks. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Dallas Turner there to bring him down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 6 now. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. All you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
On 3rd down, here's Nicks. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy gets everything he has under this throw. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Chandler again. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He finds Johnson. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, or it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. Hits his running back. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Nix with it on 1st. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They'll throw again. Nix. He's on the move. Brought in right side. And he gets him around 6 there. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust. And trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
Complete beyond the marker. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. Nix. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14.
We've heard it said, and I believe it too. ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
It's a dime look by the Vikings. Third down coming. And they'll pitch it out to him. And this one doesn't have the juice of that last one. He's stopped at the line. Call it no gain that time, so now they face a 4th and 4.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. Is in. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a second quarter lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Taking a deep shot here. That's intercepted near the sideline. Picked off, Brandon Jones. And the Broncos get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. That's one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. Too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
It is so easy to marvel at the sheer amount of distance he threw that football. But can we also take a step back and marvel about the amount of distance covered by that defender? He had to stick in coverage 50 yards down the field, and that's not just it. It's not even about getting there. Once you get there, you got to make the play. He did it. That is job well done.
Play action with Mix. Avoids the sack. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Nix from the gun. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's brought down for a loss. Working quickly here. Here we go on 4th, Mix. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. He's looking deep once again. Brought in inside the 20. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump.
Uh-huh.
You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings tie things up at 14. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24 yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Back to the well again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's 7 yards on the run. Still 6 to go on third.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Shotgun snap to Nix. Catch is made down the right sideline. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They go play action on first. And the first down pass set away by a defender, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And now it's second down.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
So now here's 3rd and 5. This finds Chark complete. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos take a second quarter lead.
You like it? You like it?
Extra point try now from Lutz.
I know you like that. I know you like that one. Yeah.
Right down the middle,
That's
it's
it.
good. And the Broncos break that tie.
I know you
and
like
now
that
lead
one. Yeah, I was going to throw the long pass, but I was like, he might not make that one. He might have came back that one. There you go.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing here. Complete out to the right side. And this one doesn't go far.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front gave the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. The Vikings with a long field ahead. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air, McCarthy. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Broncos corral it! And this return will reach the end zone. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime. Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Broncos double their lead to 14.
Vikings 14. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Connects on the crosser. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He lets one fly deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Reichard there to tack on the extra points. And the Vikings chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Nicks off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now he takes it. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Broncos will have a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted! And the Vikings take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. Fair catch calling for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll only have time for 1 play before halftime. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. All right, snap and a quick kneel down, and the final few seconds are going to elapse here in our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. McCarthy to throw it. On the move, headed right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
McCarthy trying again on second down. Finds him on the crossing route. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You know, they say you never go broke taking a profit. Just find that completion. And it may not be a Benjamin, but even those little dollar bills start to add up.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Hauled in by Gray. Gets it to the 15. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings tie us up 28-all. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target, and you know if you could hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
First down from the red zone. Complete to Mims. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Here's a give up the middle. And he only gets this one down to the 9. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They give it to him again. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Play action with Nix. Headed out right. And the Vikings rush brings him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunky yards here on 2nd and goal. Another try following the sack. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Vikings take over on his 5th interception of the season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Fought off a tackle, but it's also football! And the Broncos corral it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. 1 play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running this one left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Nix from the gun. Catch made by Chark. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos parlay the turnover into a lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the 2nd half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know by now, Kate, what I call that. That's that car wash ball. Just come to life. That's when you throw that ball right through that car wash and you throw it with such velo, it doesn't get wet. It's do it with that kind of accuracy down the field. This dude's elite.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. Trying down the middle with Chandler. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
From the 33 on 2nd down. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now a give to Chandler, running right. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
From the 16. Has the connection to Hawkinson. He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. They're now set for 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy to throw. This one's caught. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they beat him to the edge. That run stops back at the line. Back-to-back carries here. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
You make that call to just give yourself yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Now Nick's on third down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Some guys, you just have to account for them, especially middle linebackers. I remember Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, it just felt like their presence took up the entire field. And this linebacker today, we had the interception earlier, a sack right now. You've got to start figuring out a plan for him, or he will take over this game.
We send a man in motion. Going for it on fourth. Nix escapes. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
One way or the other, that was going to be a decisive play to break this tie. They thought that they could pick it up, no question about it, and build some momentum down the field. But how about a shout-out to that defense, now setting their offense up in great position.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Chandler. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on first. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Saw that screen coming, and there for the interception. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. The 10. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick six.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in.
I knew you about to throw something over there in the flat.
You can see their boards, right? These defenses keep
I knew you were throwing something over there. Let me try to jump there real quick.
Odds of winning through the roof. You get 2, it's almost a certainty.
Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying again after the pick, McCarthy. And it'll be Cox. Here's Ty Chandler. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Second and 8. Into the hands of Jefferson. Complete. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, But these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
They give up the gut to Chandler. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 49-yard line.
On play action now, McCarthy. Forced out to his right. And the floater falls to the deck.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll try it left with Chandler. And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. The offenses love execution plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Another carry for him. And he's brought down after a short gain. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. So rather than let the 2-minute warning hit, the defense burns the first of its timeouts. First down, ball at the 36. And they give it to him. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Broncos leading by 7. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Setting up to pass. Has a left side block, but the throw carrying too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? It chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Here comes Will Lutz, a lot riding on this field goal try. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, These are the moments they live for.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, McCarthy. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
This would put it back within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the 4th. Approaching the final minute here, they need to find a way to defy the odds and get this back. And the kick is recovered by that Broncos hands team. Well done by them, and that should put the finishing touch on this victory. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Right up the gut. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Back to the well again. And another stop along the line. Defense with a great couple of back-to-back reps. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Lone back gets the handoff. And there was really nowhere to go there. Just a small push to the 37. They get 2 out of the run, but it's going to be 4th and 9. Here comes Will Lutz. A lot riding on this field goal try. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. We always call it the best formation in football, Brock.
Good game, man.
Up to take that knee and run out some clock. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Broncos are winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.